the circuit that I use for my onboard animations using the lighting function of a decoder, but you can also use the same function just with a 12 volt DC input. 12 volts in, and we go into a resistor, normally somewhere around about 40 to 50 ohms. So 47 ohm resistor there will work quite well. That's an LM317LZ voltage regulator, which is that little fella there, the resistor, and we've got a diode in there as well. I'm using a surface mount diode, so there it is there. All that diode is doing is protecting the motor generating power going back and hurting the decoder, but in this case it won't be, it'll be just 12 volts in underneath my depot animating a figure, and the negative comes in. So you got the negative from the going into the back of the diode and into the adjust on the voltage regulator. So you got voltage in, voltage out. The voltage out is going to the motor positive, and motor negative is going on to the adjust as well. Now that's the circuit there. I put the pin in there, and that's going to be driving a little figure. This is going up underneath my depot, so I want to make the connections easy to be able to get at. So I've just made it all as one module there, so I can solder on, and you can see the diode in there now. So that's it. That's exactly the same as what I use on board for using a lighting function or using the 12 volt supply. Here's a little cupboard that I've made for the freight order, the paperwork in the freight office of the depot. I just put some bits of paper in there, glued those down, made some pigeonholes, and that's where the fellow is going to be working. This is an Aspen Models O-scale figure. It's the cowboy with a plate and a cup in his hand. What I've done is I've cut the plate off, and I put a piece of paper in his hand there, and I put some more documents in his other hand there, and we can get, well, I'll line him up, working in front of the camera. Yeah, we'll lock him up there so I can show you. So I've just made his body twist. So he's going to be inside here passing the forms from the inbox to the outbox. So there's a nice little, just a subtle animations. I like all the subtleness in animations, and we'll have that little motor. They'll be working him backwards and forwards, so that he just goes inbox, outbox, inbox, outbox. He used a different head. I cut the head off and put another figure in there, and when I'm doing the animations and that, to lubricate them, I'm just using dry, either graphite, lead pencil in there where the moving parts are, so it's a dry lubricant, and it should last for a long time. And there he goes. So he'll be inside there, passing them from one side to the other. So I've got a fair bit of the depot done at the moment, until I get the animations worked out. So that's where the figure's going to be going, so you'll be seeing him in here. But to do that, I've had to cut the hole in the base there so they can mount the motor up underneath. There's a lot more work involved in doing this than just building the kit itself for the depot. There's the animation inside here where I'm working the figure. Now if you're looking down on him there, you can just see he's passing the forms around, but the view will be in through this way, so we'll be back here looking at it there, so you'll be able to see what's going on there. So that's the first animation. You can see that that's how it's going to look on an evening. The light upstairs and the lights. I'm still working on doing the animations in there, and that's how we're going to be looking at it down there with the lights on. I had the roof and some more details in there. That's turned out pretty good there so far. This is the animation part. I've got to do the deck, and I'll put some more animations out on the deck there. I think another figure or two moving, and I couldn't get the guy's fingers just going up and down. You wouldn't see that from a couple of feet away where the depot is going to be situated when I build Ouray yard. But yeah, that's the way it's looking. Here's a look on the inside. The lights, and then on the office you can see all the details I put in there now. And a closer look upstairs, you can see the detail in there, just enough. And the window curtains, they look pretty good.